Hi everyone, it's Linda, and I know I filmed a reel just kind of showing the beads that I personally own that are currently in the Elfbeads Retirement sale, but I wanted to give you maybe just a little bit more of a detailed look at some of those beads. So I'll try to make this a fairly quick video. This is the old lavender Gaia, and I do apologize. You are seeing the reflection of my ring light there, but fortunately I work during the day and I just can't, I couldn't get to a detailed video during daylight hours. So this here is the old lavender Gaia, and as you can see, it has like this pattern on one side, and then like as you spin the bead, like the bead itself is got all this beautiful coppery glitter on the inside. I only have, the old lavender Gaia. There's like an 80s Gaia, a coral stardust Gaia, a coral lavender Gaia. There's different ones, but this is the one that I have. And then the next beads that I'm going to show you is this one here. And this is just called Air Metal. And this bead I purchased, and I'm trying to find the sweet spot on I think right in here. So this I purchased with basically just the intention of having, just one of those neutral beads, nothing fancy about it. I just wanted the bead to be neutral, have a little something something, but, let some of the other fancier beads shine. And this one here is called Air Metal, and it's just this real pretty cream color. And it has like these little strands or maybe shards of metal going throughout. But it's a real, like this is just a real simple bead. And if you want a bead that lets other beads take the limelight, this would be a really good bead to purchase. And it is part of the buy two, get one free sale. Now this bead, I actually went today and purchased one more because I did want to have one more of this particular Monroe. This is the Champagne Monroe, and it is included in the sale. And this one has, just that nice creamy base as well. But this one has those champagne colored CZ cubic zirconias just throughout. And how pretty. Like I actually was given this as a gift from Mila, and like the second I saw it, it's like, ooh, I wouldn't mind having a second one of these. So I did order one today, just because again, I like beads like this that let some of the other more colorful beads take the limelight. Now this is a pair of silvers that I purchased a little while back. These are called Lucky, and it just has a 4-leaf clover design. There is a little bit of beaded detail on them, as you can see, and these are a good size. Like if I put like a glass bead next to them, you can see that they are as wide as a glass bead. And they have that nice beading itself going around the 4-leaf clover along with the little central bead in the center there. And then like here is the side view, but this is just called Lucky. And then the next bead that I have here to share, this one is called Sun-Kissed Dewdrops. And this one, the dewdrop beads, of course, are these bumpy beads here. They have all the bumps, and this style bead is probably one of my favorite ones from Elfbeads. Here is the side view. It's completely clear, as you can see, and all of that sparkly orange is just right there at the base or the core of the bead. So this is the Sun-Kissed Dewdrops. I actually ordered the cotton candy dewdrops today, along with, oh gosh, like the soft lavender dewdrops, I believe is what they're called. Like, I really love the dewdrop beads. This is another favorite of mine. These are the Swamp Firefly beads. And swamp is just one of those colorations where, you know, sometimes they can be really creamy, sometimes there's more burgundy, more blue, maybe some greens in there. Like, they are one of those beads that just have like a hodgepodge or, you know, just mixture of colors. And, you know, these beads, especially with these lighter points of color on the outer edges, are just so special. And they really are quite stunning in person. Like, this is probably one of my favorite elf beads that I own. So those are the Swamp Fireflies. And then this next pair is also a recent purchase. These are the Nebula scales, and you know, I love purple, and this particular shade of purple is probably like hands down one of my favorite shades of purple. Like, I like dark purples, but this more lavender or bluish purple is absolutely my favorite. And I love how you can see like even little hints of green on the bead itself. Like, to me, these are perfect, especially with that scale pattern, like mermaid beads. But like here, I'm just pairing it with like an Icelandic monet, just to see if it brings out like some of the green a little bit. Like, you can kind of see it in this middle one there, like right there. But these Nebula scales are just magical, and definitely one of my favorites that just happens to be on the retired list. So Nebula scales. And then since I showed you, this is probably one of the first beads I purchased from Mila and Elfbeads when she started Beads Candy Shop. And I wanted to see this bead along with a couple more of the Icelandic beads more in person. And so, you know, she kind of Mila gave me like a little video of, you know, what they looked like. And this is, you know, one of my favorite colors of green. It's kind of like not a bright spring green, but more of a grungy green, if that makes sense. And it does have like a hint of like almost like an aqua blue or aquamarine for the flowers there. There is like a dot detail at the center of each one of these roses that you can see. I'm not sure if it's a rose or maybe just a simple like lily or well, Icelandic lilies, or no, Icelandic monet is what it's called. So most likely it is a lily, because Monet had a lot of lilies in his lily pond, right, in his garden. So but you can see it's got a little bit of flash and sparkle within. So this is the Icelandic monet. And then we have, this is the other pair of Icelandic beads that I purchased to go alongside. And this is the, I believe it's called Icelandic roses. Let me double check to make sure. But this one has like that raised rose detail over top of the bead. And yeah, Icelandic roses. And they're just a little, they're kind of like a little swirly rose, like maybe the bud just waiting to unfurl. And again, just that beautiful green coloration. And to me, like these are great to style with purple, like green and purple or green and pink. They go so well together. So those were the Icelandic roses. And then these beads, again, this is probably one of the first beads that I ever purchased from Mila when it was just Beads Candy Shop. This is hands down one of my favorites, and this is the Pure Violet Extant. And this bead is just magic in my opinion. Like I love that shimmery champagne colored base, and then the bump detail, as you can see, it goes almost from like a violet purple. They in some cases look amber, just the way the light hits them. But this bead, absolutely one of my hands down favorite beads in the retiring sale. So I, well, heartily, heartily recommend it. There also is the Pure Extant, like the Pure Violet Extant Frost. That's what this bead is here. And it actually, with the frost, it has that matte finish. So it makes the, you know, the base look almost like a, I don't know, almost like just a beige versus like this sparklier champagne. But again, the frost finishes, you know, definitely add a lot of interest to a bracelet, which is why, you know, I have one of these as well. But these two here, hands down, are one of my favorites. And then kind of speaking or sticking with the violet coloration, here we have, and this one is just so hard to video or even photograph. This is the, I believe the Pure Violet Monet, or maybe just the Violet Monet. Let me just look it up here. Yeah, just the Violet Monet. And with elf beads, like the violet color range, of course, you have that purple. So again, you know, Monet's Garden, you got the flowers that float on the water. So that's the more purple flower that you kind of see there. But the violet, like you can see like flashes of that fuchsia as well as amber within a lot of the beads. And this, you know, is a very good example of that as I kind of spin it around here. And again, I'm sorry for the glare of my ring light. Trying to put my hand here, so maybe that helps a little. But yeah, very pretty. And like just putting it next to the Icelandic Monet, like you can just kind of see, like there is that, the base, and then you have that flower that's floating on the base. But that one is the Violet Monet. Again, here's a side profile where you can clearly see those flowers. So again, one of my favorite beads, and I had purchased it to go alongside these Pure Violet Extant beads. So definitely recommend those. And then like another color range that I really love from Elfbeads is the, I want to say Misty, but I know it's not Misty. It's the Mystic. And this here, or no, it is Misty. This is the Misty Pearl Wildflower. And again, like this one has like that shimmery, almost champagne base. And then this one has those wildflowers over top. Like this is a very dimensional bead. But this has those wildflowers that kind of have both that champagne coloration, but it does kind of go to like a lavender plum the way the light hits it. Like you can see with this flower back here, right now the light's hitting it, making it look a little more plum, but then when you look at it straight on, it has more of that champagne coloration. So definitely recommend the Misty range within the Elfbeads line. And this is a very pretty bead all on its own. And this is the Misty Pearl Wildflower. And then again, already told you I'm a big fan of the dewdrops. This is the Misty Pearl Dewdrops. And again, you've got that like champagne, almost amber colored base. And then the dewdrops, the little bumps themselves, kind of morph from, you know, that amber color to kind of a bluish purple slash plum. And so these in and of themselves, I also feel are pretty magical, and also one of my top picks within the retiring range. There are the Misty Pearl Wildflower and the Misty Dewdrops together, so you can kind of see them. So very, very pretty. And let me see, this here, next bead, this is called the Revival Anaconda. And this one just has, you know, whenever I hear anaconda or python, like I actually have quite a few of the python beads, but whenever I hear anaconda or python, of course, you think of a snake. So this kind of has like a snake skin pattern where you have, you know, the brighter turquoise, and then it goes into almost like a rusty or a brick red with a little tan even going around. And this is one of those favorite, you know, beads that you can play with, where you can, you know, have this as your focal bead and then maybe design it with, you know, pair it with a, you know, more neutral bead and some silvers to really just make a stunning design. So this is the Revival Anaconda. And then this next bead here, this is the, I want to say Violet, oh gosh, what is it? Violet Field Earth Bead. And this one is so pretty. I actually today ordered another one. Just again, you know, me and my purples, but look at all the shimmer within the base. Like this one has that creamy champagne colored base, but then it's got like those touches of violet throughout. And then like the gilding, like this gold gilding that you see, Like that to me, you know, because they call it an earth bead, like to me, like that kind of represents the continents of the planet Earth. Like it's just such a captivating bead. And this is the beautiful violet field earth bead. And then the last bead that I have from my personal collection is this beautiful bead called White Ocean Web. And, you know, there's a couple, I want to say there's a blush web and maybe an ocean web also included. But these web beads have this almost like netting design, almost like the nets that you would throw out to catch fish. And, you know, this one, you know, your ocean beads are typically, you know, more of a solid blue. And so this one is quite unique in that it's got a white base, but then the net material is that beautiful blue ocean color range that Elfbeads is so famous for. So that, guys, is my personal collection of beads that are in the retiring sale. My top picks, like the ones that I absolutely, well, if I didn't already own them, I would be, you know, placing orders for, would probably be, oh gosh, like out of all of them, you know, it's hard to pick favorites, but favorites I must. Like these right here would be my definite don't hesitate. Oh, wait, I have to add this one too. Um, the violet filled earthbade. Like I ordered a second one of this. Obviously, I love my Nebula scales because I have two. My swamp fireflies I love because I have two. I only have one of the Misty wildflowers because I figured, you know, one is enough. This is a great focal bead. I love my dewdrops in pairs, so I have the Misty dewdrops. I've got that Champagne Monroe, which I ordered one today, and then the Pure Violet Extant, like just magic in a bead, guys. So that's it for my favorites out of all of them, but obviously if I've purchased the other ones, it's obviously because I love them for a reason. So hope this helps with any bead purchasing decisions, and catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.